Yes, I did just buy a microphone in order to talk about motherhood, so let's do it. I'm Julia, I'm Becoming Pink, and welcome to the first episode of my reoccurring series every Wednesday. There's just so much to talk about regarding motherhood. June is the month that I became a mom, and so I really wanted to talk about motherhood. And let's just run it back all the way back to the first night when my son was born. All of June, every Wednesday, we're going to be talking about the first month of having a baby and what's it like. What does it do to someone as a woman, as a mom? What's the identity shift? Every mom's experience is different, and this is just my experience coming from someone who had a baby at 23. There's so many professionals on here and on TikTok that come on and will help you with newborn tips and baby schedules, but I want to talk about the moms. A lot of my audience is younger women, so I just want this to get out to you guys so you hear my experience and ask me questions and just open up a conversation. Less about the babies, more about womanhood and the moms and what the heck it does to you. Welcome to the first ever Moms Hump Day Dump, and today I'm going to talk about, the first day with a baby. What the heck does it look like? On my TikTok page, I do have like a 7-part detailed series. Now what happens? The baby's out. Spoiler alert. My son was the first baby I had ever held in my entire life, okay? I was so worried before having my son that I wouldn't hold the baby right, scared to touch him. I don't know, just regular mom thoughts. I can tell you guys, and I know everyone's experience is different. When they put him on my chest, instant connection, instant maternal instinct. It's like you smell them and they just smell like crack. Instant realization that, oh my gosh, my life changed forever. I'm responsible for another human being. I realized that right off the bat. And it was a blessing because I always knew I wanted to be a mom, and luckily those maternal instincts kicked in and I wasn't fearful. I had this sudden mom anxiety that I never had before. Like at first day, first 24 hours with my son, I just wanted to do everything right so I didn't kill him. Yeah, if that's sounds harsh, it's the truth. After pushing my son out, something changed in me, like mentally. I realized how strong I am. I realized that, wow, women are not the same. Sorry. I should specify, moms are not the same. We are a different breed of strength. The first 24 hours, like the first 24 hours with the baby, you have nurses coming in every 2 to 4 hours, making sure you're doing it right. He was able to breastfeed just fine, and that was the most connected I ever felt to anything in my whole life. I'm gonna be deep for a second. Before I had a baby, I didn't feel like I mattered on this earth. And that's terrible, but it's true. And I think that's important to say. I'm not telling anyone to go get pregnant and you'll suddenly have purpose. I'm just saying it's all God's plan, and I knew for certain that everything was going to be okay. As this series progresses, I'm going to be talking about how I lost myself caring for the newborn and caring for my partner. If you have top of just going through the most traumatic experience of your life and pushing out a whole baby, you're just very tired afterwards. For me, I didn't feel like a real loss of identity probably for a couple months. If you're a mom and you just recently gave birth, or maybe you're pregnant and you don't feel yourself, once that baby's out of you and your stomach is empty, I just want you to give yourself a pat on the back, and your body is so beautiful. I remember literally looking at my freshly postpartum body that just pushed out a whole human, okay? Keep in mind, like with no medication at the end. All I could see was the fat. All I could see was the stretch marks. So don't do that. If you are thinking about becoming a mom one day, you need to go in with the mindset that you are miraculous, you are a strong spiritual being carrying life. So this temporary moment in time where your body is not at the fitness level or at the weight that you want to be at, just be kind to yourself. Be so kind to yourself in those moments. That's what I would tell myself. If I had to go back, I would have been so much nicer and just given myself the grace that I needed to not immediately suck myself up back in the corset and to not judge myself. And that's what leads to postpartum depression and things like that, which I dealt with, and I'm going to talk about that later. One thing that you can walk away with this video is that motherhood is a journey, and it's something that I'm still learning every single day. My son is turning 4 this year, and I'm just processing the last 4 years. And yes, I was in a toxic relationship, but also motherhood has changed me and revamped how I want to live my life, how I want to show up for myself and my fitness and for my son. And it has been the biggest blessing of my life, and it's given me purpose. Now I get to talk. Now I get a little microphone, and now I have reasons to share my story and to help other moms who might have lost themselves during postpartum. You are capable, and if you lost your pink after having a baby, trust me, I am living proof that you can get it back. Talk to the women in your life. I just want to open up a conversation so more women can be aware of the challenges and, things that come with becoming a mom. The internet, becoming a mom looks like all sunshines and rainbows and Instagram reels and birthdays, but there's so much behind the scenes that it takes to raise a human and care for yourself. Stay tuned for next week's episode of Mother's Hump Day Dump. I'm very excited to talk about what it's like maybe feeling guilty after you have a baby and missing your own life. So I can't wait to talk about more. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you subscribe and welcome to the Flam. Flam is short for Flamboyance of Flamingos. You guys are my family/flamily. Until next time, pink friends. Bye. Hello, family. We're gonna go that way.
I know, Brittany. Congratulations.